I am Carly Ann. I'm a self-esteem and relationship coach, and I am here to help you build your self-worth so that you can have the extraordinary love that you desire and deserve, most importantly. I'm going to keep it quite informal today, having a coffee with Carly. How's that? I used to actually have something called that on Facebook, I think. But anyway, here's what we're talking about today: becoming irreplaceable. If you already follow me, know of me, you know that I talk about this a lot. Now, initially I used the term, I don't know where to put my coffee. I used the term irreplaceable because I was thinking, what do we want? What do women like me want when it comes to holding on to people that don't see you, when it comes to breakups, when it comes to thinking about that ex that you can't get off your mind, when it comes to going over the past? I thought, what do we want? I know what we want. When it comes to our relationships, right? And we get anxious that they're going to meet someone else and they're going to find someone better. If we knew we were irreplaceable, we would let them go when they go. Like, good luck with that. And we would feel more secure in our relationships. Because if we believe we are irreplaceable, we're not there thinking, oh yeah, they're about to meet someone else better than me, and they're going to fall in love and love them more, and then I'm going to be left over here by myself. We're not going to be thinking that. I'm not saying we're going to be thinking we're going to find the perfect person who's never going to hurt us again, but you're sure as hell going to know that you're going to be okay if they don't stick around, because you're irreplaceable. Yeah, and it's already a given that you're irreplaceable, because you have your space on this earth and it is yours. And when you value yourself, build your self-esteem, and you value your space on this earth and yourself, and you love yourself accordingly, trust me when I say what you've been through, who you are, what you have to bring to a relationship, romantic or not, only you can bring. You are unique and you are here with a purpose, and it's your purpose, and you are you, and only you can bring it. There is no other you. You are irreplaceable. I'm going to have a sip of my coffee because otherwise it's just going to sit there. And listen, it's fine if you felt replaceable in the past. I'm sorry if that was slurpy. It's okay if you have felt replaceable in the past. I have felt replaceable in the past, and sometimes it will still come up even now. And that's okay, that's normal. It's okay to still have those moments, but you're not going to feel replaceable when you are in touch with that inner self. The one when we talk about building self-esteem, when you know that self, you're not the person who thinks that you're replaceable. You're not the person who gets jealous and insecure and feels needy. That's all your stuff. That's the baggage. That does need looking after, don't get me wrong, and we can certainly do that. But in order to become irreplaceable, to act irreplaceable, to feel irreplaceable, to believe you are irreplaceable, to live out as your most irreplaceable version of yourself, you have to be that person with an inner drive, with an inner knowing, with an inner motivation to be able to say, right, I'm going to stand up and I'm going to handle my baggage, and I'm going to give myself space for that, and I'm going to give other people space for that too. And I'm not going to give my time to people who don't have the space for another human being to have needs, to have emotions, to have faults. I've got no time for that. Yeah? You've got no time for that. If someone is not allowing you space to be yourself, now, let me just throw in, of course you need to learn how to handle your stuff, of course, but there needs to be space for that, okay? And if you're not in the place right now where you can handle your stuff, or you are trying to spend time with someone who's not giving you the space for that, then that's all going to be very messy, and that's going to be standing very much in the way of you feeling, being and becoming irreplaceable. So listen, the first things first, you've got to let go of the crap that's holding you back, the habits that make you vulnerable to feeling replaceable, whether that is thinking habits or whether it's things that you're doing in your day-to-day, whether it's people that you are spending your time with. What are you surrounding yourself with? And is that aligned with that inner self? Is that aligned with what makes you happy? You have to be the one to look around you and inside of you and see if the current patterns are helping you or hindering you. Only you know. Ask yourself, the way I'm living my life right now, is that helping me to know my worth? Is that helping me to feel irreplaceable? Is it helping me to have that extraordinary kind of relationship that I have? Or am I pushing people away? Is my pain controlling me? Am I limiting stories and the image that I currently hold of myself standing in my way? Because that's where you've got to start. You've got to start with looking at the image you hold of yourself right now and the stories you tell yourself about yourself. That's where you're starting. And listen, let's have some more coffee. To clear something up, becoming irreplaceable, and I know that this is going to disappoint some people, it doesn't make everyone want you. The world doesn't work like that. We don't all like the people that like us and vice versa. That's not how it works. I know when you think you love someone, it's heartbreaking, but it doesn't work like that. So becoming irreplaceable isn't going to make that happen. But it's not going to matter so much because you're going to be upping your standards. Don't be afraid of upping your standards. And so you're going to meet other people on your level. Yeah, you're going to basically get rid of that low vibe, that low energy that's keeping you down, and you're going to start having people in your space that are all about courage and being vulnerable and living life freely and through happiness and joy and all of those things. Because when you feel replaceable, it's automatically a low vibe. I'm trying to do it without slurping. So look, many people, they live from a space of imposter syndrome, comparison, just thinking that they are not good enough as themselves, and they give themselves away. They engage in a lifestyle that makes them feel low and upset and anxious and stressed, and that might be in a relationship or it might not. But those patterns are often numbing. You're often doing things to numb the truth. But that isn't what you do when you are irreplaceable. It's just not. And I'm not saying you're going to change everything overnight. That's not how it happens. That's why I have a 90-day program to work with people one-on-one, and that's why, because it doesn't happen overnight, but you can change a lot in 90 days. Trust me on that. You can let go of someone, you can change your habits. That's why I chose 90 days. You can break through walls break down walls as well in 90 days, because I want you to live a life of vulnerability and courage and strength that makes you feel irreplaceable. You have to know that you're unique. You have to know that you have gifts. You have to know that you're really, really special. And you've got to stop giving your time and your energy away to anyone who doesn't see that. And it's hard to do that if you don't see it. If you don't see it yet, it's really hard to do. But believe me, if you start to really see your worth, you will have higher standards for yourself, and it won't be so scary, because being on your own is not scary when you like yourself. It's not. It's powerful. It's incredible, and you've got so much to achieve. And I'm excited for you to start to live that life from a vibe of feeling, believing and being that you are irreplaceable. And looking into the future, there are going to be times where you drop the ball and you get it wrong and you feel again replaceable. But what makes you irreplaceable isn't that you went down. It's not that you made a mistake. We can make mistakes. What makes you irreplaceable is when you get back up quicker. When you see through this situation and realize, okay, this happened. When you learn the lesson, when you quit making the same mistake, that is what makes you irreplaceable. When you do something different, it's easy. It's easy to get down and stay down. It's easy to blame yourself. It's easy to end up in that low, self-blaming, self-rejecting mood. And it's especially easy if you've been doing it for years. What is tough is the irreplaceable version. But it's so worth it, because when you break free of these habits, when you break these toxic patterns, you're going to be a new person. I mean, you're going to be yourself. It's not actually that new, but it's going to feel new. But it's not going to be so scary, especially if you've got a community behind you, you know, especially if you've got my team behind you. So I am offering you 2 spaces to come along and feel and be irreplaceable and start to create long-term change of this whole vibe. The first is a Valentine's Day self-sharing circle. So come along, you can share, you can just be with us, tell us how you feel. Valentine's Day can be so triggering for people, whether you're in a relationship or whether you're single. If you want to surround yourself with other people, other humans who also want to raise their level, who also want extraordinary love and want to raise and stick to their standards and know and be irreplaceable, then come along. You can get all of the information for this below. Come along, register, secure your spot. The second thing I'm offering is a workshop, totally free workshop, 60 to 90 minutes. And if this video has spoken to you, trust me, you're going to want to join this. 8 core steps to take on your journey to becoming irreplaceable. I'm going to give you the 8 steps you need to take for your journey to becoming irreplaceable. Becoming Irreplaceable is an 8-week program, actually 10 weeks, that I deliver. And I'm going to outline the key steps for that for you to take away. And trust me, my workshops get excellent feedback. You're not going to want to miss it, really. So you can join those 2 spaces. I'm going to have another sip of my coffee so that it's not gone to waste. Remember, you are enough, you are lovable, and you are so, so worthy.